Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma rabbi zidni ilma. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome dear students in the subject of Internet Architecture and Protocols. It's Ghulam Yasin, lecturer in Computer Science, University of Education Lahore, at DG Khan campus. So dear students, our today's topic is IP version 4, IP version 6 header. In the previous lecture, we have studied in detail about ISP architecture, ISP infrastructure, and in this topic we will study about Internet Protocol version 4 and Internet Protocol version 6 headers in detail. IP datagram format. So dear students, this is header of IP version 4. Basically, header is very important when we send data. If there is no header, the data will be not transmitted in a proper way. So these are some fields which we will study in detail in our coming slides. But again, you must understand about header. If there is no header, the data which is transmitted by the sender can't be transmitted in proper way to the receiver side. So header contains some extra information which is compulsory, which is vital to send the data of sender to receiver. VERS version, the version of the IP protocol, the current version is 4. So dear students, as I have told you in previous slide that we will discuss about these portions of header in our coming slides. So the first portion was version, and the current version which we are going to use is IP version 4. In our next lecture, we will study in detail about Internet Protocol IP, and which is IP version 4, which is 32-bit address, which is logical address. So we will study in detail about IP. So currently we are going to use IPv4, and the research which is going to be on the next specific version is IP version 6, and the header of IP version 6 will be discussed in this lecture also. Next is length. Next field is length. Next portion is length. The length of the IP header counted in 32-bit quantities. This does not include the data field. So this portion will contain about the length, and the total length of IP is 32-bit. It means how many IP addresses may be using IPv4 2 raised to the power 32. So 2 raised to the power 32 is equal to how many total specific addresses are generated and how many systems can be attached. So these are in millions, by which we can attach different computers in any network. That may be LAN or that may be WAN. Next portion or next field is type of service. The type of service is an indication of the quality of service requested for this IP datagram. So type of service is basically quality of service. So normally, what is quality? We normally use this word in our daily life as well, but in our network, quality is very important. So what is quality? There may be no data loss, there may be no delay, there may be no jitter. So this is quality of service. So quality of service means our data, our packet must be transmitted from sender to receiver in 100%. There will be no data loss. So this type of service is indication of quality of service in IPv4 header. Type of service. specifies the type of service value. As just I have discussed in the previous slide, type of service is quality of service. So there are some numbers, some values by which we can access the quality of service. First of all is maximize throughput, and the value which is assigned is 4. In binary number you can see 0100, which is a binary digit of 4 decimal digit. So if there is this binary number, it means the output, the throughput will be maximum. Next is maximum reliability, and the number is allocated 2 in binary, you can see. Next is minimize monetary cost. When we send data, there is monetary cost. That cost will be for using different devices, for using different networks. So the value is assigned 1. And the last one is normal service. There are different types of services. For example, if the service is normal, it means data will be normal. And if the service is, let's suppose, priority base, then the data will be very important, data will be secret. So these are different numbers which are allocated for different types of services. A detailed description of the type of service can be found in the RFC 1349. So RFC is a document which is used for specific purpose, for detailed study of any specific type of service, any specific protocol. We have discussed about request for comment RFC in our protocol topic. So request for comment is used for the detailed study of any specific topic. So you can learn in detail about type of service from RFC 1349. Total length. Next specific portion or field of the IPv4 header is total length. So dear students, you can see over here total length of the IP datagram in bytes. Maximized size is 64K because there are 64 bits for it. That means a single IP datagram cannot be bigger than 65536 bytes including the header. It means if you are going to send data, the total portion of that data plus the portion of header will be maximum of 65,536 bytes. If the data plus header is more than this number, then you have to use a second packet. So a specific datagram, a specific packet will be maximum of 65,536. So this is total length. This is restriction to send a specific IP datagram or specific packet over a network. Fragmentation related information. So dear students, fragments means small portions. If the size of a file is very large, then the data will be divided into small portions, and those small portions are called fragments. So we will see some definition over here. The next 32 bits cannot information related to fragmentation. This information can be used to reassemble a fragment IP datagram. So when the data will be divided, that will be a fragment, and after that the data will be again reassembled. So reassembles, different packets are different portions are different fragments. Fragmentation means that on its way a single IP datagram was broken into smaller IP datagram because the intervening network was unable to carry the original datagram because it was too big. जैसे मैंने अभी कहा डियर स्टूडेंट्स कि आप एक बिग फाइल को स्मॉल पोर्शंस में डिवाइड करते हैं और उन पोर्शंस को हम फ्रेगमेंट्स कहते हैं. वाई फ्रेगमेंट्स, हम फ्रेगमेंट्स क्यों क्रिएट करते हैं? और उसका सिंपल आंसर, क्योंकि एक बिग डाटा को हम छोटे छोटे हिस्सों में डिवाइड करते हैं ताकि हम डाटा को प्रॉपर ट्रांसमिट कर सकें. When an IP datagram travels from one host to another, it can cross different physical networks. Physical networks have a maximum frame size called the maximum transmission unit, which limits the length of a datagram that can be placed in one physical frame. So every network will allow a specific amount of data transmission, and due to this we have to divide a large file into small portions, and those portions are called fragments. Therefore, a scheme has been put in place to fragment long IP datagrams into smaller ones and to reassemble them at the destination host. So when the data will be divided into smaller fragments, on the receiving side, all those fragments will be combined and the receiver will see a single file which will be transmitted by the sender. So fragmentation fields of IPv header are used for the purpose of fragmentation. Identification, a unique number assigned by the sender to aid in reassembling a fragmented datagram. Fragments of a datagram will have the same identification number. So every fragment, every portion will be allocated a specific number, and this is an identification number. Fragment offset, used with fragmented datagrams to aid the reassembly of the full datagram. The value is the number of 64-bit pieces that are contained in earlier fragments. So at the same time, when the fragments will be sent by the sender, all the fragments will be combined or reassembled to the receiver side, and fragment offset address will be used for this purpose. Flags. Where 0 reserve must be 0, DF stands for don't fragment. 1 means allow fragmentation and 0 mean do not allow fragmentation. MF more fragments, 0 means that this is the last fragment of the datagram, 1 means that this is not the last fragment. So dear students, if there are 4 fragments of a specific file, then the fourth one will be the last fragment. So if there is 0, it means do not allow fragment, it means this is last fragment, and if there is 1, it means another more fragment is ready for the transmission. 0 का मतलब ये है कि ये लास्ट फ्रेगमेंट है, और 1 का मतलब ये है कि ये लास्ट फ्रेगमेंट नहीं है, इसके अलावा अभी और फ्रेगमेंट्स हैं जो अभी ट्रांसमिशन के लिए सेंडर को सेंड करने हैं. TTL, time to live, specifies the time in datagram is allowed to travel. Each router where this datagram passes is supposed to subtract from this field its processing time for this datagram. Actually, a router is able to process a datagram in less than 1 second. Whenever the user will request to open a website, the request will be forwarded to the specific web server, and the time which will be taken by the network to process the request is called TTL. So basically TTL या टाइम टू लिव ये वो टाइम है जितनी देर हमारी रिक्वेस्ट उस स्पेसिफिक नेटवर्क पर रहेगी, और उस नेटवर्क पर उस रिक्वेस्ट को प्रोसेस करने के लिए जो टाइम होगा दैट इज टाइम टू लिव. एंड नॉर्मली ये टाइम लेस देन 1 सेकेंड है, क्योंकि हमारी रिक्वेस्ट बहुत स्पीड में प्रोसेस होती है और हमारी रिक्वेस्ट बहुत जल्दी प्रोसेस होने के बाद उसका हमें रिप्लाई मिल जाता है. प्रोटोकॉल नंबर indicates the higher level protocol to which IP should deliver the data in this datagram. Some important values are. So dear students, every protocol contains a specific value, and you can see different values of different protocols over here. 1 is reserve, 2 is for ICMP, 3 is for IGMP, and next again this is for double GP, 4 is for IP encapsulation, 5 is for stream, 6 for TCP, 8 for AGP. These are different protocols. 9 is for private interior routing protocol, 17 is for user datagram protocol, and 89 is for open shortest path OSPF. So these are different values which are assigned to different protocols. Header checksum. This is next field of IPv4 header. So header checksum is basically used for the error detection and error correction mechanism. Is a checksum on the header only. It does not include the data. The checksum is calculated as the 16-bit ones complement of the ones complement sums of all 16-bit words in the header. So basically the method to calculate the header checksum you have studied in computer communication and network, in which we used ones complement technique to collect, to form, to check the errors in our network. IP address. So this is basic definition of IP address. An IP address is a 32-bit binary number. IP addresses are used by the IP protocol to uniquely identify a host on the internet. Every device on the internet contains a specific unique number, which is IP. IP datagram are transmitted by some physical network attached to the host, and each IP datagram contains a source IP address and a destination IP address. So our next discussion in IPv4 is about source and destination IP addresses. So before discussing IPv4 problems, just as I have said in previous slide that our next discussion is about IP addresses for source and destination. So in the header, you can see the next two portions are for source IP address and for destination IP address. So these two portions are used for sender and for receiver. Now let's talk about IPv4 problems. The decision to standardize on a 32-bit address space meant that there were only 2 raised to the power 32 IPv addresses available. So you can see the digits 4, 294, 967 and 296. So this is basically value of IPv4 which can be used at the same time to connect devices. Let's suppose if there are 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 40 lakh and so on devices on the internet at the same time, all these devices must have unique IP address. And the range of IPv4 is over here. You can see if the devices more than this range must be connected, then this specific range is not sufficient. So we have to switch on IPv6. During the early days of the internet, the seemingly unlimited address space allowed IP addresses to be allocated based on request rather than its actual need. So that's why we have to switch over IPv6, which is our next generation IP address on which the research is going on, and hopefully IPv6 will be launched in market soon. Header from IPv6 to IPv6, you can see two colors over here, a red color and blue color. Red color means removed, so these fields are removed in IPv6 header, and the blue color, it means change, so blue color fields have changed over here. Just one field is same, which is version. In the previous, that was version IPv4, and over here the version will be IPv6. So this is very simple IPv6 header format. When we compare IPv6 to IPv4 header, IPv4 header was very complex and the IPv6 header format is very simple. So the different fields of IPv6 header format will be discussed in the coming slides. Version. The version of the IP protocol, this specifies IPv6, and IPv6 is 48-bit address. This is a logical address. So the dear students, first difference between IPv4 and IPv6, IPv4 was 32-bit address and IPv6 is 48-bit address. So this is major difference between IPv4 and IPv6. Traffic class. The 8-bit field in the IPv6 header is available for use by originating nodes and or forwarding routers to identify and distinguish between different classes ATM on priorities of IPv6 packets. So dear students, you have remembered about ATM, asynchronous transfer mode technology, in which we have discussed different types of classes, and those classes were used to provide different services on priority basis to its users. General requirements: service interface must provide means for upper layer protocol to supply the value 1 to 4 for traffic class. As we have just discussed that ATM class concept, there were 4 classes: CBR, VBR, ABR and UBR, and we provide different numbers to these classes. Value of traffic class can be changed by source, forwarder or receiver. Value of class change means if you are going to use CBR, then the requirement of the CBR is very high class of service. If the user want to switch from CBR to VBR, then this will be changed. IP flow label: related sequence of packets needing special handling, identifies by source and destination address and flow label. Router treats flow as sharing attributes, for example path, resource allocation, discard requirements, accounting and security. So dear students, this field is normally used for flow control, and flow control is used with the help of flow labels. The last point is may treat flows differently, buffer size, different forwarding, precedence, different quality of service. As different devices have different buffer size and different forwarding precedence, it means different priority levels and different quality of service. So the IPv6 flow label header field can be used for this purpose. Payload length: 16-bit unsigned integer. So dear students, 16-bit unsigned integer is used for payload length. So this is total length of data which will be transmitted. Length of the IPv6 payload, the rest of the packet following this IPv6 header in octets. Note that any extension header present or considered part of the payload including in the length count. So पेलोड लेंथ हम जो टोटल डाटा सेंड करेंगे ये उससे रेलिवेंट है, और IPv6 हेडर का ये पोर्शन पेलोड लेंथ इस पर्पस के लिए यूज होता है. नेक्स्ट, IPv6 header portion is hop by hop options. Dear students, when the data is transmitted from one router to another router, this is called hop by hop. Means router 1 is a hop 1 and router 2 is a hop 2. This is like that, you can understand by this example. So IPv6 delivery and forwarding options are moved to extension headers. The only extension header that must be processed at each intermediate router is the hop by hop options extension header. This increases IPv6 header processing speed and improve the performance of forwarding IP6 पैकेट्स. IPv6 पैकेट्स जब फॉरवर्ड होंगे तो वो एक राउटर से दूसरे और दूसरे राउटर से तीसरे राउटर तक और इसी तरह से ये लास्ट डिवाइस तक जाएंगे. तो होप बाई होप काउंट का मतलब ये है सेंडर से रिसीवर तक जो दरमियान में जितने भी राउटर्स होंगे उन तमाम राउटर्स को अगर हम काउंट करें तो वो होप बाई होप काउंट. लेट्स सपोज अगर 15 राउटर्स हैं तो देयर आर 15 होस्ट्स बिटवीन सेंडर एंड रिसीवर. सेंडर और रिसीवर के दरमियान 15 होप्स हैं. IPv6 is most sophisticated for the processing of data or for the processing of packets when the data and packets are transmitted. IPv6 addressing model: addresses are assigned to interface, not host. So dear students, every device has some interfaces, for example incoming interface, outgoing interface. So addresses are assigned to interfaces. Interface expected to have multiple addresses. Addresses have scope, local and global. Local scope mean for some specific machine, and the global means for the whole of the network. Text representation of address. Dear students, this is last slide of our today's topic. An IPv6 address is represented as 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits, each group representing 16 bits to octet, a group sometimes also called a hextet. The groups are separated by colons. An example of an IPv6 address is colon hex and complex format. In both formats, you can see different portions, and these portions are two octet portions, and these are separated by colon. So in this way, we have completed our IPv4 and IPv6 header topic. Basically, these were two topics, and header is very important for the transmission of data, packet, and payload. So dear students, thank you very much for your concentration, for your learning, for your passion. I hope best of luck for all of you always.